Greetings, fellow adventurers. Welcome to Spellbound TCG. Today we delve into the wilds of the Dungeons & Dragons sets, unearthing treasures from these sealed packs. What wonders await us on this card-opening adventure? Let's find out. Tonight, our quest leads us to the Forgotten Realms. Within these sealed realms lie treasures of immense power. I seek four in particular. First, the ancient dragon Old Gnawbone, whose hoard knows no end. Then Tiamat, the five-headed dragon queen of unimaginable might. Next, Delina, wild mage, whose magic weaves unpredictable wonders. And finally, the teleportation circle, a gateway to far-off lands. May the fates guide our pools. Creeping from the shadows is baleful beholder. Upon entering, we choose. Force foes to sacrifice an enchantment, or grant our creatures menace until end of turn. Use it to disrupt enemy setups, or ensure unblocked attacks, a creature of cunning choices. Should we conjure even a single treasure token, Zorn's influence swells our hoard, granting us an extra glittering coin. Employ this in strategies that generate treasure tokens to amplify our mana acceleration and artifact synergies. A greedy ally enriching our coffers. Galloping in on beams of light is Celestial Unicorn. Each time our life force swells, this majestic creature grows stronger, gaining a +1/+1 counter. Utilize it in life gain strategies to create a steadily escalating threat that benefits from healing spells and abilities. Bursting with unpredictable magic is Delina, wild mage. As she attacks, we target a creature we control and roll a 20-sided die. On a 1 through 14, a temporary attacking copy joins the fray. On a 15 through 20, we get a copy and a chance to roll again. Utilize Delina in creature-heavy decks to generate surprise attackers and potentially overwhelming board states through lucky rolls. If you are enjoying today's adventure, give us your patronage through subscribing. You may toll the bell so you may accompany us in future endeavors when they are released. Floating into view is Flumph, though it possesses Defender and takes to the skies. Its most curious trait emerges when struck. Both we and an opponent draw a card. Employ this in decks that can leverage the extra card draw, even if it benefits our adversary as well. Fluttering in with helpful whispers is Pixie Guide. With its airy flight, it also grants us an advantage in Fate's rolls. When we would roll dice, we instead roll one extra and disregard the lowest result. A fortunate companion for the daring. Striking with deadly precision is Drizzt Do'Urden. His double strike ensures a powerful assault. Upon arrival, he calls forth Glenhuivar, a formidable cat ally with trample. Should a more powerful creature fall, Drizzt absorbs its strength, growing with +1/+1 counters equal to the difference. Utilize him as a potent attacker, who can become even more dangerous as larger threats are defeated. Charging into the fray is Targ Na, Demon Fang No. Its pack tactics reward coordinated assaults. Attack with enough power, and your forces gain a temporary boost. For a cost, Targ Na can double its own strength and resilience for a decisive strike. Employ this Null in aggressive decks that can muster a significant attacking force to maximize its pack bonus. Rising from the grave with chilling presence is Ebon Death, Draco Lich. With flash and flying, it can appear unexpectedly. Though it enters tapped, its true menace lies in its resurgence. Cast it from the graveyard if another being has perished this turn. Employ this in decks with frequent creature deaths, turning loss into a sudden airborne threat. Stepping forth from ancient tombs is Barrowin of Clan Undur. Upon arrival, it guides us to venture into the dungeon. When it attacks, should we have conquered a dungeon's depths, it can return a creature of lesser power from our graveyard to the battlefield, rewarding our explorations with reanimated allies. Soaring in on emerald wings is Green Dragon. Its flight commands the skies, but its breath carries a deadly venom. Upon arrival, until the turn's end, any foe that suffers damage under its gaze is instantly destroyed. A majestic predator with a lethal touch. Crawling forth from the Underdark is Lulf, Spider Queen. As our beings perish, Lulf's loyalty grows. For no cost, we can draw a card at the expense of life. It can summon menacing, reaching spiders, or grant an emblem that punishes opponents for insufficient combat losses. Employ this planeswalker in decks that generate or sacrifice many beings to fuel its loyalty and unleash its powerful abilities. A shadowy manipulator of life and death. Wielding mighty armaments is Brunor Battlehammer. He empowers our forces, granting a +2/+0 bonus for each equipment they bear. Moreover, the first time we equip each turn, the cost vanishes, turning even modest beings into formidable attackers. Circle of Dreams Druid. With a simple tap, it generates green mana equal to the number of beings under our command. Employ this in decks that can require a significant mana ramp to create explosive bursts of mana for powerful spells or abilities. Descending from the heavens is Tiamat. With majestic wings, it commands the skies. Upon entering, if summoned by our own hand, It allows us to seek out 5 distinct dragon allies from our library, revealing them before adding them to our grass. Employ this legendary dragon as a powerful finisher that also replenishes our hand with a draconic host, a harbinger of overwhelming airborne might. Stepping into the workshop is Ingenious Smith. Upon arrival, it grants us a glimpse at the top of our library, allowing us to claim an artifact. Furthermore, each turn, an artifact joins our side. The smith grows stronger with a +1/+1 counter. Employ this in artifact-focused decks to gain card advantage and a steadily growing threat. From realms unseen, treasures emerge. First, Tiamat, a 5-headed dragon of immense power, capable of summoning her chromatic brood. Next, Delina, wild mage, whose untamed magic can conjure wondrous duplicates. Lastly, Love, Spider Queen, a cunning deity who commands legions of spiders and shadows. We explore potent magic indeed,